Ah, Hollow Knight, my beloved. And there's this new mode that I haven't tried out. It's been a while. Permadeath. That's pretty easy. I mean, my run's going pretty well, and... Wait a minute, that doesn't... This challenge is hard, oh. What you all just saw was my very first attempt at the Steel Soul mode of Hollow Knight. You will be seeing many more of those attempts, and not always making it to the Hollow Knight. I would consider myself pretty good at Hollow Knight. I've beaten Pantheon 4, I can't be asked to do 5, but I'm pretty good at the game, I feel. And yet, I thought this challenge was going to be nice and simple, maybe 5 tries max. It took me a couple more than that. So, I wanted to share my experience with all my lovely viewers, because you guys loved the last Hollow Knight video I did. Or, sorry, 2 videos ago. Path of Pain with video was kind of bad. Let's talk about that. That was bad. But who cares? You're here to watch some Steel Soul. So, the way this video is going to work, I'm going to break down my steps, because I had a plan from the beginning. I'm going to explain it to you, and then we'll go over a couple of attempts, talk about them, all that. Before we jump into the video, gotta chill out. Please leave a like, subscribe, whatever. I appreciate all the support I get, and this is going to be the first video of 2025, probably, as long as production doesn't go too horribly. Happy New Year's, by the way, but, please, I appreciate all the support, keeps me motivated to keep working, so you get more content like this. Anyway, let's step into our plan. Like most normal playthroughs, our first objective is to kill the False Knight. Now, there are a couple other things we could do before this, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's just easy to go straight to the False Knight and get the Vengeful Spirit right after. Now, I do take the time to kill the False Knight, I almost said Hollow Knight, the False Knight, because when you kill him, he gives 2 very important things. One of these things is about 80-ish Geo, which is handy because we have a lot of things to buy in this challenge. But the most important thing from him is the City Crest. It gives us access to the City of Tears a little earlier than we otherwise would. And this early access to the City of Tears works into our plan later in the line. But this is a pretty standard playthrough so far. Nothing really crazy is going on. So we're just gonna jump past this. It's False Knight and then A-Mound. There's nothing crazy going on here. No, the title does not deceive you. We go straight to Hornet and start beating her. And yes, Hornet is a female. I got told last time in the video. So, I'm trusting them. But we do go straight to beating her up because I want the dash. Because having more mobility in this game where I'm trying not to die, where the enemies are a little challenging at times, it's pretty handy. And besides, there's just so much locked behind dash that it doesn't make sense not to go for it just immediately, honestly. But it's not really hard. There's nothing much to talk about here. It's really simple. After getting the dash, we go straight to the Mantis Village because having wall jump also is just really convenient and it unlocks a bunch of stuff. But we don't just come here for the wall jump because the Mantis Lords offer us a quite interesting reward. See, they unlock 4 things for us. One of those is a Hollowness Seal, the Mark of Pride Charm, money, but also an entrance into Deep Nest, which is very important because that's where one of our objectives is, the Dreamer, Hera. Now, in my earlier playthroughs, I didn't want to go through that entrance to Deep Nest because I didn't know how to navigate it, and my map knowledge is abysmal. In fact, this challenge is the only reason I know anything about this map. It's a little sad, honestly, but later through my playthroughs, I did start using this entrance because I already go through the trouble of killing the Mantis Lords, and it's not hard. I learned it eventually. It's just really convenient, but we still fight them anyway without that perk for the money, because our next location requires the lantern, and it's expensive, really expensive. Oh, hey, we're here kind of early. I thought we were going to Crystal Peaks, for the, that's why we needed the lantern. Well, actually, we're gonna do that, but we're kind of poor, because lantern's really expensive. So the only reason we bother really coming to City of Tears is for Lem. I've had so much trouble pronouncing his name, like the full title, Relic Seeker Lem. I keep seeing Realm Lem Seeker. I don't know, but we go to Lem because he gives us sweet, sweet money, and I love money. But that's pretty much all we do in City of Tears, as well as upgrading our nail if we have the extra money, because having more nail damage is always good. Our next stop is Crystal Peaks, and there's quite a couple things we need to get here. The most important of them being the Crystal Heart, because C- gives us access to a bit of a sequence break, and that's kind of like the main challenge of this challenge. I was sequence breaking, or really just going too fast and not getting enough upgrades. And Crystal Dash allows us to enable us. So we're going to do that. But while we are in, Crystal Peaks, we might as well grab a couple other things on the way. Particularly, there's a couple of grubs we grab, because we want the mask shard from Grubfather in the future. I have been collecting them in the background, but it wasn't really that important to mention until now, because that's the only other thing we collect here, other than a pale ore and a king's idol. We grab the pale ore because having a better nail is very important. I love my nail. I was a nail master my first playthrough. But we grab it because we want to do more damage while not relying on our spells so much. But we also grab the king's idol because money. Just it's convenient, it's easy to grab, and money's money. Now, next, we're going to go straight to the Dream Nail because we kind of need that to beat the game. And like I mentioned just a couple seconds ago, we're not trying to rely on our spells, but we do finally get our best charm, really. And that would be Shaman Stone, because there is basically no debate that Shaman Stone is one of, if not the best charm in the game. And especially for this kind of run where we're kind of lacking in everything. So having just great damage is very useful. But that's not why we're here. We're here for the Dream Nail, which we use C- to get to Blue Lake, and then just skip our way to Resting Grounds, grab the nail. But we also use that to enter the other side of the City of Tears. Lurien is our first target because of, like I mentioned, the quick access to City of Tears from Resting Grounds. And let me tell you, this is where one of our first big challenges comes from, because until now, I don't really die to anything in the overworld or anything like that. But the Watcher Knights are a different story, because I'm underpowered and kind of rusty at this point, and just kind of bad now. Yeah, the Watcher Knights kind of kill me a lot. I have multiple runs ending on them, multiple runs almost ending on them, and then I think my very first run I did it like almost hitless, so I don't know, but it was very difficult, very tense, and I didn't want to do them really. That's why I also went to Larian first. But the rest of the Dreamers are pretty easy. First you have Hera. We usually just run through Deep Nest. I have the path memorized. It's really not that hard. If you know what you're doing, you know where to go. Deep Nest is a pushover of an area. I'm going to say it with my chest out. And then you have, Monomon? Yeah. Ume was a joke. Not that hard. Except in my winning attempt, I almost died to them, but we'll talk. You'll see my winning attempt later. Also, I wanted to just show off this little glitch I had. I was in Watcher's Tower, Spiral, whatever this is, and I kind of clipped out of bounds, or something like that. You have the footage on screen to see. I wasn't really sure what was going on. I thought I was going to lose my progress, honestly, and I'd have to restart the run. I ended up losing anyway, but don't worry about that. But I just thought it was a cool little glitch I would show off. I don't really know how I did it, other than, I don't know, like, I killed myself on an elevator. I don't know. I just thought I thought it would be interesting to throw into this video. another thing to mention is that sequence skip I was talking about earlier applies to getting to Monomon. Now, I didn't say that Imo is a pushover and Monomon is easy to get to. Well, I lied, because there's a skip we have to do. It's on screen, and you've already seen the first try of the skip. It's where you use the C-dash to barely get above an acid pit, and C-dash across, and safely get across without voiding out. It took me a couple more tries than first try, every other attempt. It was very difficult, because I don't know that many glitches, or anything really. So yeah, that was fun, and I'm probably just making this game unnecessarily more difficult than it needed to be. And now it's time. We have all three of the Dreamers defeated, and there's only one thing left. Except, we kind of need to prepare. By this point, if I haven't already picked up any of the extra masks in my run, because I kind of just do it on if I'm bored or not, but I usually will, at the end, have to finish grabbing all my stuff. I usually get 2 masks, 1 mask from Sly, just paying him outright, because I usually collect enough relics for that. And then the second one, or it's really usually the first one I get, but there are 3 masks in the Forgotten Crossroads. 1 from Grubfather, 1 from Moloch, and 1 from being able to just wall jump. Or you can do the skip, which is cool. I tried and I failed many times. And then we get our 4th mask from Bretta, because 1, it's really easy and it's on our way, really. But 2, when I was in some of my earlier runs, I would try to collect charms so I could get more notches. By the end, I didn't really care enough to go get more, but it was already convenient, and I was already invested in the Bertha. I don't know her name. I was already invested in going to her, so I just kept going there for the final mask shard. And our final step is the Hollow Knight. Now, this fight is not that hard. I will never change my stance on that. Unless you're not prepared, which I'm not. I'm also bad at this game. See, I made a video about a month or 2 ago now, talking about why I love the Hollow Knight. And in that video, I talked about how the Hollow Knight as a character is good, but more importantly, I talked about how my fight with them was very hard, but I eventually overcame the Hollow Knight. Now, that's technically true. I should be good at the Hollow Knight, or the Sealed Vessel, but Hollow Knight and Sealed Vessel are 2 different fights, and I found out the hard way that you cannot fight the Hollow Knight in Godhome. So, after not playing the game for a little bit, and not being able to practice on him in a authentic way to my playthrough, I kind of ran into a lot of trouble. See, if I wanted to practice on him with the current equipment I had, I'd have to do an entire another run, which I don't want to do. I'm not doing, so I didn't. And in Godhome, if I wanted to fight or practice against the Sealed Vessel, great, it's a harder fight, so that means I should be better, except I have double jump there, and then my Shade Cloak, I think that's what it's called. Having those abilities is not a bad thing, but when I train myself to use those in a fight where I won't have them, it builds bad muscle memory and just instinct. See, in some of my fights with the Hollow Knight, I would try to dash through him because I was used to having Shade Cloak. I would take dumb damage. I think I even did in the winning attempt. So yeah, I couldn't really practice, so I just kind of went and did it every time I got there, and I should not have, because I died a lot. And that's pretty much our plan, so yeah, that kind of took a while, but I've never made one of these videos. I wasn't really sure whether or not to just pop in every once in a while, or just give it to you straight up, but now we're just going to go over the final attempt, the winning attempt, and I'll tell you about it and break it down. Hope you're ready. So to be honest with you all, I kind of forgot. I forgot to record step 1. So yeah, I remember to start recording right after I got Sly unlocked. So that's where we're just gonna jump off from. My bad. So in our victory run, after we free Sly, we make our way up to the top right of the Forgotten Crossroads to get the guard grub. I don't know what it's called. That's what I'm gonna call it. We don't usually grab this one because I forgot it existed, honestly, until like my last 2 runs. But we grab that while we're out there, and then we head straight to Green Path, and we kill the Balder, and we make our way through Green Path via the skip. Though we do stop to kill the Venge Viking for a little bit more money, because it doesn't hurt. We make it pretty easily to Hornet, and like always, she's kind of a pushover. You will notice that through this fight, I do play really risky, really dumb, because Hornet is an easy fight. I shouldn't be dying. I have not died. I haven't lost an attempt to her yet, so that's good. But I usually make really bad decisions in this fight just to go a little bit faster, which you can probably see in this game. Well, not in this gameplay, but like my health bar was at 2 for a while there, so you should really be hitting this. And Hornet won, but regardless, we get our dash, and we leave. Our next stop is the Fungal Wastes, and the first thing we do down here is fight the Shroomal Ogres. We just want the Charm Notch because it's quick and easy, but then we make our way down to the Mantis Village so we can get the wall jump. You can also see me horribly failing Mantis Pogo in the clip above. I've never been able to do this. I'm just bad, I guess. But then we go to the Mantis Lords, and for the winning attempt, this fight was really sad. Now, this will sound like a bit of copium, but I had just gotten back on. I had to go or something, I don't remember. So this was the first thing I did after getting back. But that's no excuse because I did really bad in this fight. I get down to 1 heart in the fight, and whew, it was a little close. It was a real nail biter, you would say. But we did win, so that's all that matters. But I was like 100% certain I was going to lose here. After all this, though, and we claim our reward from the Mantis Lords, we make our way to Lem, and while we're down here, we have the Spear Cache to upgrade our nail 1 level, so we go ahead and do that while we're in City of Tears. After my visit to the City of Tears, I do some mask shard collecting because I want some more health before I go further, just as a little precaution. So I get my free mask from Bertha, Bretta, whatever, I don't remember her name, and I also finish off Malek, pretty simple fight. Then I also visit the fly area. I don't know what this mask shard is called, but whatever. And leave it as is for now until I have more money to buy another shard from Sly. And of course, this now means I can enter Crystal Peaks, which I do, and I quickly go through the entire, area. I do grab the shopkeeper's key for something new in this run that I didn't do in others, but we grab Crystal Heart. It's really easy, and we also free a couple of grubs along the way in Crystal Peaks. And we also grab the Pale Ore at the top of the crown. But then we go to Deep Nest for some reason. I just kind of went out of order. I don't know why. There's not much to talk about. I made it to Beast's Den, and then I just left with the stag. I don't know why I did it. I think I forgot to go get Dreamnail, honestly. After my weird excursion to Deep Nest, I just go get Dreamnail, which is, it's pretty simple. And then from Resting Grounds, I go to the City of Tears, ready to face what should be my greatest challenge yet, the Watcher Knights. And to my utter shock, I actually did really well in this Watcher Knights fight. In the final, against the final knight, you see that I have 4 hearts, go up to 5. So yeah, it was actually a pretty good fight, honestly. It should be what I always do. It's just, I don't know, I get scared and nervous around them, I suppose. I don't know. Watcher Knights is such an easy fight, yet I always have problems with it. But we get through it pretty easily this time. Thank goodness, because I didn't want to do another attempt. After our victory, we claim our prize, Lurian, our first Dreamer. Now there's only 2 more to get, and we have Hera pretty much just unlocked, so really just 1. Before getting the rest of the Dreamers, though, I go pick up Shaman Stone and a Charm Notch. I don't know why I didn't have this already, but, yeah, I thought I should mention it now. I opted to go for Umu first because, I don't know, Terra just seems free, so I might as well do the one that's, a little more time-consuming and more likely to kill me than just waste my time, I guess. So I spend a little bit on the acid skip, but I do eventually managed to pull it off after, you know, a little bit of time, but, you know, it wasn't the worst. I've had longer. You saw in the beginning. As expected, it wasn't really a challenge. It was just a major test of my patience, and I should have failed, honestly, because I was tired of this boss by the end of it. But we ended up getting Monomon, and then, you know, right after this, we went and grabbed, Hera, my bad, for free, basically. I mentioned I grabbed the shopkeeper key for something different in this run, and the answer to that question you probably forgot about is I wanted the upgrade to Vengeful Spirit because it's really nice having more damage and it's pretty easy to get to. After a very short encounter with a Soul Warrior, you get it. I don't know if you can do the dash/skip in this version of the game. I don't even know what version I'm on. But it's really easy to do. It's a Soul Warrior. He's barely a boss. But the free damage is really nice, so we take it into the fight against the Hollow Knight, as we're now pretty much in the preparation phase. After getting the Shade Soul, we return to Sly and finish buying the rest of his Mask Shards for so much money, honestly. And we also upgrade our nail once more with our Pale Ore. Or, not once more, I actually use the Pale Ore from Crown's Hollowness Crown, whatever it is. I didn't upgrade it twice. I didn't go find more. And now it's time. There's nothing left to prepare. There's nothing else to do. We have everything we can get that I'm willing to get. Let me rephrase that. And now it's time. It's time for the final step of our plan. And like that, the game has been won. Steel Soul difficulty has been defeated, and Hollow Knight is a step closer to being completed. Thank you all so much for watching this. Currently, the video is about like halfway done while I'm recording this, so I believe it's going to be my most well-polished video yet. I do get lazy though, so we'll see if that's true by the end, but thank you all so much for watching and sticking around. The support on my last Hollow Knight video was incredible, so I hope you all enjoyed this as much as the last one, and we get some more views, because, you know, I do like growing, you know, this isn't for money or anything, but it's nice to see people enjoy my content, and I really want to share more of my talents, and I don't know, I like seeing the numbers go up, but most importantly, the reason I do it is so somebody enjoys it. So please, if you enjoyed, leave a comment, tell me about it, tell me what I should do next in Hollow Knight, because I'm fine doing more. I have another Hollow Knight video planned currently. It is a randomizer race, so be looking for that in the future. It'll probably be a couple more weeks. We still have to finish it. We're about halfway? I'd say about half. No, probably closer to 3/4. But that's not relevant. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry the video's a little long, but maybe that's what you were looking for. I appreciate all of you, and let's make 2025 a great year for everybody. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. See you!